Hi everyone! I know many of you have been waiting for this swatch review. It is going to be for Urban Decay's new Naked 3 palette. It is now available not only through urbandecay.com but also Sephora and Ulta. I will put links directly to where you can purchase these where they are currently available. And in this video, to help you decide whether it's worth it or not for you personally to buy this palette, I will do comparison swatches to the original Urban Decay Naked palette and the Naked 2 palette also. You can go to allurabeauty.com if you want to see photographs of the colors that I'm swatching in this video to really get still comparisons of the colors and to see more in-depth photographs, and I will also do a written review. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. YouTube has done something quite unfortunate in my opinion, which is that the videos that I upload only go to a very small percentage of the people subscribed to this channel. So if you want to make sure you actually know when I upload new videos, you just have to hover over the subscription tab, and I think to the right of it there's a little icon that you can press. You can change the settings to get notifications for every time I do upload a video so that you don't miss them. And as always, the blog sale is going on, so the link to that will be in the description box if you'd like to purchase anything from there also. Alright, let's get to swatching and comparing. So this is what the Naked 3 palette looks like, or the case looks like. You also do get this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion sample in the box. So it is a plastic case and it's sort of this wrinkled or raised design that's on here. And it is like the Naked 2, it's the same form factor. It opens up like this. You get a dual-ended brush inside and the set of eyeshadows. So here they all are. And I'm putting the Naked 2 palette right on top of here, so it's the exact same size, exact same design. It's just more of a bronze toned, and this is more of a light toned tan color. Plastic packaging, has the dual-ended brush and full-sized mirror and the set of eyeshadows. On the other hand, the Naked original palette was very different. It had this velvet or felt material on the packaging, and it wasn't made of plastic. It had this heavy cardboard packaging, and it included a dual-ended 24/7 Glide-On eye pencil and the, of course, set of colors, also with a mirror inside, but it was smaller. So here's the original Naked eyeshadows. Here is the Naked 3 shadows, and so that it all fits in one screen, I'm going to turn this so they're kind of backwards, but immediately you can tell that the Naked 3 set has much more pink toned shadows, and the original has much darker smoky tones to it and brown tones to it. Here is the Naked 2 palette, and again the Naked 3. So these compared with each other is still much more smoky tones to the Naked 2 palette, some more cool toned shades, whereas the original palette has more warm toned shades. So you have more of this cool toned taupes in here, same with the color teas, and the major difference is more of this pink toned, rose toned colors to the Naked 3 palette. Alright, so because I know some of you will not be interested in the comparison swatches, you just want to see swatches of the Naked 3 palette, I will do all of those first, and then you can stop watching the video. And for those of you who are also interested in comparison swatches, I will do that next. So I'm going to swatch 6 at a time. So the first 6 are these colors here. We'll start with Strange, then Dust, Burnout, Limit, Buzz, and Trick. So here is Strange. This is a barely pink toned cream color, and it has a matte finish. Dust is a shimmery, frosty, light pink color. It has pretty large chunks of glitter in it. Here's Burnout, which is a very light rose-toned pink with a shimmery finish also. Limit is a dusty rose shade with a matte finish. Buzz is a deep shimmering rose. It's more of a metallic finish. And Trick is this bronze shade. Not the smoothest in formula. So here are the first 6 colors in the palette. I think the most impressive are the 2 matte shades that we have here. They're very smooth on the skin and they have good pigmentation, so that's Strange and Limit. The least impressive one, in my opinion, is definitely Dust. It's pretty powdery and the glitter kind of goes everywhere. It doesn't have a strong underlying color either. Buzz was pretty good. Burnout is fairly good too. Trick is a little, tends to skip on the skin a little bit, but nothing that you can't smooth out with a couple more layers or swipes of the brush. And next up are the last 6 shades here. Nooner, Liar, Factory, Mugshot, Dark Side, and Black Heart. Nooner is a mauve and sort of a slate mauve or a muted mauve color, has a matte finish. Liar is this rich, very rich toned brown with a very slight mauve undertone to it. Factory is again this rich milk chocolate color with shimmer. Mugshot is this shimmering medium to deep taupe shade. Dark Side is this smoky slate color with a little bit of a plum undertone to it. And Black Heart is a shimmering, very deep purple. It looks almost black. It has purple or golden purple shimmer particles to it. Alright, so there you have the next 6 shades. Very impressive pigmentation and nice and smooth on application. Okay, so there you have the 12 colors in Urban Decay's Naked 3 palette. I like that there is a balance of matte shades. You get 3 matte shades and you get a bunch of frosty and some of them shimmery shades. Overall, they have pretty consistent pigmentation and formula, meaning that they're nice and smooth and even on the skin and they have good color to them. The exceptions, I think, would be, like I said, Dust, which has that chunky flyaway glitter to it and not very good underlying pigmentation. Trick, a little, could be a little smoother on the skin, but not a big deal. But pretty much the rest of them don't have that much to be criticized. So if you're more into the pink tones, then this is definitely, out of the 3, the palette for you. I'm going to go ahead and comparison swatch. I think I will just do each color from left to right and put the Urban Decay 3 colors on top and the Urban Decay 2 colors in the middle and the original colors on the bottom. Okay, to compare the first 6 shades from Naked 2, Foxy, Half Baked, Booty Call, Chopper, Tease, and Snake Bite. Here's Foxy, Half Baked, Booty Call, Chopper, Tease, and Snake Bite. From the original palette, Virgin, Sin, Naked, Sidecar, Buck, and Half Baked. Here's Virgin, Sin, Naked, Sidecar, Buck, and Half Baked. Okay, so these colors are all pretty different from each other. There are no real exact matches, of course, except for Half Baked, which is the same color in both the original and Naked 2 palettes. Strange and Virgin from the original palette are kind of similar in tone, but they're different in finish. Strange is a matte, and Virgin is sort of a subtle frosty finish from the original palette. And then Dust and Sin from the original palette, again, pretty similar color family, but again, the finishes are different. Sin is definitely smoother on the skin, richer metallic finish, and Dust is a glittery finish on the skin. So not much more to comment on that in terms of finding the same color from any of the three palettes. You are getting different colors, but I think that this lineup especially shows you just how rose and pink toned the at least half the shades in the Naked 3 palette are compared to the original and the Naked 2 palettes there. So here are the second set of 6 shades from the Naked 3 palette, and I'm going to go next to the Naked 2 palette. I'm going to go in reverse order. These are the Naked 2 colors. We have Suspect, Pistol, Verve, YDK, Busted, and Blackout. Here is Blackout, Busted, YDK, Verve, Pistol, and Suspect. So already you can tell much more cool toned shades in the Naked 2 palette, warmer tones and more rose toned or mauve toned shades in the Naked 3 palette. The original Naked palette, Smog, Dark Horse, Toasted, Hustle, Creep, and Gunmetal. Here's Gunmetal, Creep, Hustle, Toasted, Dark Horse, and Smog. So as you can see from the latter 6 shades from all the palettes, you don't have any colors that really are exactly the same, which is a good thing. The last colors here, Blackheart and Blackout, are, I guess, sort of similar. Blackout is definitely a midnight true black shade, whereas Blackheart has a little bit of a purple tone to it and also has shimmer, whereas Blackout does not have shimmer in it. Creep from the original palette is also a black color. It has very subtle silver shimmer to it. So, you know, of course when you get to something as dark as a near black color, it's going to all look kind of the same. But overall, there aren't really any shades that look exactly alike to each other. So up close. Alright, so there you have Urban Decay's new Naked 3 palette and compared to the original and Naked 2 palettes. Overall, my thoughts are it's a great quality eyeshadow palette. In particular, if more pink and rose toned shades suit your skin tone or you just happen to like them, then this is definitely, of the 3, the palette that you should get. Conversely, of course, if you don't find pink shades flattering or if you just don't use them that often, then I don't think that this palette is worth getting because more than half the shades have that tint to them, that pink tint to them. So that's probably the easiest criteria to use in order to eliminate this from your choices or to consider it as a good choice for you in buying the palette. And if you're one of those people who have both the original and Naked 2 palettes already and are deciding whether to get the Naked 3 palette, well, I can't really make it easy for you in terms of saying, oh, it has a bunch of dupes in it or similar colors to the first 2 palettes, because it really doesn't. Urban Decay has done a pretty good job of making sure that they're not duplicating the colors or making the colors seem too similar. So you should probably buy it if you are an avid user of either of the first 2 palettes and enjoy the variety in texture and finish that you get with them. Alright, I hope this was helpful to you. Again, if you want to see still photographs, those will be on the website for you to look at and compare. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'll see you in the next one.